When you're building out your resume, have you ever thought on whether or not you should be calling it an objective at the beginning or a summary, or even if you should put it? Well, in today's episode, that's exactly what we're gonna talk about. But before we get started on that, I wanna make sure that if you're struggling in a job search right now, click the information below on the Make Your Mark challenge so you can learn a little bit about that on how you can reignite or start and kick off a good job search. So now let's talk about the resume and that summary. And yes, I'm calling it a summary because we know what your objective is. Your objective is to get a job. So when you're looking at what you need from a summary perspective, what you ultimately end up wanting to do in this, and first off, it's 50-50 whether it's going to get read. Now, what I'm realizing in my experience and having close to 2 decades of recruiting experience, most often it's hiring managers or individuals that aren't in recruiting that are reading the summary portion. It's not the actual recruiters. In fact, recruiters will first immediately look at what the actual job is that you're currently doing and see how relevant it is, or at least your last role. So what I would suggest when you put together a resume and you're putting it in a summary, first keep it very high level. Most people when they're developing their resume think they need to put everything in it. But think of it this way, a resume should be just kind of like the highlights of your career background. It's not everything in detail. So specifically when it comes down to the summary, give it an idea of what you've been doing in your current role and what you're looking for in that next step. So, you know, the things that you want to be challenged to do, or the idea of, you know, maybe you're in accounting, you're like, I want to work in this type of field versus this type, things like that. So go through when you're developing the summary of a resume and put like some high level information on successes. I've been able to, you know, in my past role as an accountant, you know, I've been able to really dive into the financials and build out our company's quarterly reports, or help put it together, the presentation for the annual budget meeting, things like that. You know, take this opportunity to make it very high level. You don't need 7 or 8 sentences in it. You know, we'll go into a different episode on how to build out a resume and how many pages it should be and things like that. But for the sake of the summary itself, keep it very brief, and I think that's going to help you go a long way. And again, if you're struggling with how to do that, we talk about it in the Make Your Mark challenge, so get that information below. And again, if you're finding this information informative, or you know somebody that's struggling in their job search, make sure you like, comment, or share this information with them. Love to help them out. Until we talk next time, have a great day.